Masters Snooker on BBC Two with highlights of defending champion Ronnie O'Sullivan's first round match in 50 minutes after Ding Junhui and Kyron Wilson at the table at Alexandra Palace.
Hello, January Blues. Not here at Alexandra Palace in North London because we got underway today on day one of the Dafabet Masters. It's the second of snooker's three big events, the Triple Crown events in any given season. Only the top 16 get the call to come here in search of the first prize of £200,000. And this is an event which has been producing unforgettable moments since 1975. And just when you think you have seen it all in this tournament, something else happened of the dramatic variety, and that's exactly what happened in our opening match this afternoon between the defending champion Ronnie O'Sullivan, who looked for all the world like he'd blown his chance of making it a record 7th win in this great event, when he found himself very definitely under the cosh against left-hander from China Liang Wenbo. Ronnie convinced he's going out when the Chinese left-hander came from 2-4 behind to lead 5-4, had this black to complete a famous win. But he won't forget that miss, and neither will anyone who saw it. O'Sullivan knocked it in to level the match, 5 frames apiece, and his competitive instincts fired back into life in the decider when he powered over the line, knocking in his highest break of the match, a first century of 1-2-1 to send the forlorn Liang Wenbo back home. So follow that for pure drama this evening. That was what was being asked of this evening's players. Ding Junhui, the 2011 winner of this great event, and Kyron Wilson, the world number 16 player and the only debutant in this year's lineup. Now, this fella has rocketed up the world rankings over the last 12 months. Now, he actually met Ding Junhui on his way to a breakthrough title in Shanghai 2015, although it's China's most decorated Cuman who holds the aces in their overall match series. Now, Ding's known real highs in this event in the past, making his debut at only 16 years of age, becoming champion 6 years ago, and knocking in one of only 3 maximums in the history of this event. And it was Ding who made the initial breakthrough, taking the opening frame. So could these boys match this afternoon for pure theatre? Maybe, just maybe, because take a look at what's happening in frame 2 with Ken Doherty and John Virgo.
Good break off, but just as in the first frame, I think Ding is on this red, and it's a red that Kyron potted in the very first frame. Is he taking it on? He certainly is. What a shot. What a pot. It was almost identical as the very first red in the first frame, John.
Yeah, and we're saying so many times now, it's almost a disadvantage to have the break-off shot. And this is wonderful cueing, right in the heart of the pocket. And there's not many better, shall we say, than Ding Junhui in these positions in and around the black spot area. You break bills for fun.
9.
Yeah, and I tell you, he's one of those players that you really enjoy watching him make a break, because it's not all brute force of getting the reds out. You'll see him during the break. He plays some wonderful little cannons and little stun shots into reds, and it's just
16.
Very precise the way he goes about a break.
He's having a close look here as the speed of the table caught him out, or can he just get to this red? Ooh, it's tight. Just
17.
was able to pot it.
Just having a look at the pack here. As you see the red go in, he's got a wonderful angle on the black. Now it's making the right connection. He's going to need a little bit of pace, and I suppose every time you go into the pack of reds off this black, you're looking for a bit of luck. Didn't go into it with much force, and he's gone a little close
24.
to the cushion that he would have liked here. Difficult to get back on the black. He's digging down. This is a tough shot. Made look very
25.
easy. Excellent shot. Well played. This is a good shot, John.
Well, as you saw when he was striking down, how the cue ball started to bounce. But he hit it absolutely beautifully. 4 reds, this is the 4th black. And he's not frightened to go for the maximum. He's made 6
32.
147s in tournament play.
Thank you. 33.
Well,
40.
will he play for the black off this? He may do, because he looks a little bit too straight. Yeah, he's striking down. He's playing for the black again. Couldn't have cued it any better than that.
There's a typical example of Ding Junhui, the way he makes a break. He had a lovely angle to go into the pack of reds there.
48.
He's going to take the couple of loose ones, you would think, first. There's nothing wrong with that.
49.
So we saw from that camera angle, middle red, directly in line with the black pots as well into the bottom right-hand corner pocket, right in the middle of the bunch. He might get on that here. Now that white needs to travel a little bit more. Looks okay.
56.
No, he's got a choice here. He could play this black, come off the top cushion and cannon into those 2 reds just below the pink. Leave him a choice of reds. Couldn't have played it any better. Hold on to your hats, folks. That's 8 reds and 8 blacks.
Could have just got away from that red where he's cueing over, but he doesn't have to do much with the cue ball. He's got to be careful on the follow through. He doesn't touch the red. Needs the cue ball to move.
65, yep.
He's okay. Yeah, you have to be careful if he didn't clip that red with his cue on the way through. Wonderful shot. It's on. It's still on. He made a maximum in this tournament.
72.
In 2007, he made a 147 at the Masters. Only
73.
the second player, I believe, to have done so.
Well, he's now past the point where his opponent needs snookers, so 100% concentration. Can he make the 147?
Is he just about
80.
on this red? The bottom red he was trying to get on. Looks okay.
'81.
Oh, he needs to hit it, needs to run. Needs to run a little bit. He drops
88.
his head. Oh, what a shot this will be.
Yeah, he's got to go in and out of balk. He'll play for the black. But it just shows you when you're playing on a quick table and then you just start under hitting because you think they're so quick. But he had a bit more margin of error there. He could have gone another 3 or 4 inches further up the table and had a choice of red. So it's a bit careless, but can he pot this red and get in and out of balk back for the black? He'll play it. No reason not to.
Just wondering, will he try and go in between yellow and brown or go around the back of the green? One good shot here. Come on, Ding. How's the cue ball? How's the cue ball? Flick on the brown. That looks good. It looks really good. What a shot.
If he'd have put it with his hand, he couldn't have put it better than that. A little smile. The adrenaline will be running now. And
Settle down, please. Thank you.
as a player sat in his seat, Kyron Wilson now will be wishing Ding well. This attempt at the maximum.
Excellent ball on the black.
96. '97. '104. '105.
Now, needs a good angle on the red to get on the final black. In goes the black. Slow down, slow down. That's just about perfect.
112.
Good pot. Nice angle on the black. Let's get up to the yellow. Slow down, cue ball. Slow down, slow down. Oh, no.
120.
Just
Settle
shows
down,
you what
please.
that little bit of tension in the arm can do. He's now pointing what he's going to do here. But boy, they had a rush of blood there on that final black. Can he pull out a pot and a half now on the yellow? I think he's playing it to the left middle. Get in, you beauty. Oh, well, unlucky.
120.
Well, you can see the frustration there as he rubs his head. Kyron Wilson, he just broke off and sat in admiration, but Ding Junhui will be very disappointed. He's won the frame, but you wouldn't think so. He leads 2-0.
A bit of a thrill ride, eh? And Ding's so close to making the second Masters maximum of his career. Moments later, he was in complete command of this first round match, knocking in a 65 contribution to go 3-0 in front, totally outplaying Wilson at this point. And it could have been 4-0 until Kyron stole the fourth for some mid-session consolation. And the Englishman built on that to take the fifth frame, so suddenly there's now only one in it again as we head into frame 6.
No, he's not quite there with his long game. And that could be costly. With all these young players, they rely so much on the long game. When that's just off, well, they're going to struggle. Well, his long for success, as it turns out, is better than Ding Junhui. 4 out of 8. Didn't seem that good to me. Just playing a little plant here, but you would think this is unmissable. He's lucky not to leave a straightforward pot, but you wouldn't think he'd make a mistake here. And of course he has the pink available.
1.
And this is now a very good chance.
And there's an interesting
7.
spectator, Patsy Fagan. Happy birthday, Patsy. 66 today, the 1977 UK
8.
champion. Nice to see him here with Jeanette. Give us a smile. That's better. Happy birthday. Man, you would have played quite a number of times over the years, John.
Yeah, playing more at golf now. I'm glad he's here. I need to
11.
renegotiate the handicap. He was getting the better of me last summer at the end of it.
12.
He must have a good handicap to get a better view, that's for sure.
Well, he's got a good partner now. He was hitting the ball 300 yards, playing off 22. Shouldn't be allowed. Meanwhile, back on the table, this is a great opportunity now for
15.
Ding Junhui. The pink at the moment
60.
available into the left corner, right middle. He'll have the blue on its spot. Didn't have to bother too much about the black, although he could get the black into play in a couple of shots' time.
Yeah, you had the nice angle on the blue there, just as you said, and this will
21.
certainly help his cause, just getting rid of that red near the black spot. He can stun this in. Well, he's looking at the red into the right centre, but I feel if he just pots this red, gets on the black, gets that on its spot, and
22.
potting this red will clear the black
29.
into the left-hand corner pocket.
30.
And this is probably what the doctor needed, really, as far as Ding Junhui is concerned. He looked a little bit edgy. Should have won the frame to go 4-0. Looked a little bit edgy in the last frame, and
37.
sometimes you need an easy opportunity with a lot of balls in the open, John, that, you know, just to get your arm going again. Put a few balls.
38.
Yes, and we've certainly seen already in this match, this is where he's at his best, when he's in and around the black spot area. .68 target.
45.
So another 23 points required. 3 reds, 3 blacks would do it.
46. 53. 54.
So 60 points the lead, 75 remaining.
60.
Red cover, red required.
$61.
So this red to go 67 points in front with just 59 remaining.
66. $67.
So there you see it now, 73 ahead, 59 remaining, no way back
73.
for Kyron, particularly if this red goes in. Well, that's a bit careless.
73 in the frame.
But Kyron
Ding
Wilson
Junhui.
didn't see any value in playing for the Snookers. So Ding Junhui goes 2 frames in front once again. It's now 4-2.
And he took the 7th as well with the 65 to go 5-2 up. He's now just 1 frame away from breaking his North London duck. He's never yet won a match at Alexandra Palace.
One. Four. Five. Black ball.
Pot in the black and clearing the black spot. It's not
12.
going to be to any great advantage at the moment because the black is still not available into either corner pocket. Just stun this in for the pink in the opposite corner, or roll this one in for the pink. Well, I decided to go up for the blue,
13.
and I wanted a better angle on the blue than this.
Yeah, he'd be disappointed. He wanted that cue ball almost touching the cushion or very close to it. Just had a nice, would have had a nice angle then, putting the blue back down for the reds, but now he's not going to be close to these reds.
$18.
There's a pathway when potting this red. He can just go left of the black, try and miss the red close to the top cushion on the left hand side and back up for pink or blue here. He's found the gap nicely. How's the cue ball? It's not bad.
Well, that was a nice pot. Needs that cue ball to slow up a little bit, but I think he's just about on a red to the left corner.
23. $24.
Just a bit short of pace. Another couple of inches have been perfect on the blue, and they've been in perfect position. Now he's got a bit of work to do with the cue ball in playing this more difficult pink. Well, he held it well. 35
30.
points to lead, but still plenty of points left.
$31.
That's a good shot. Yeah, appreciated by this Alexander Palace audience. Good cue ball control. Well, that's not too bad.
38.
It's not great.
$39.
That's the problem with that. When you're going up for the blue, it's okay if you get a nice angle on the blue, but he's got a thinnish blue. Looks like he's very straight on the brown, so a little bit of work to do here. Played it nicely though, and surely that's the shot that will win in this frame.
44.
Yeah, that was a similar blue that they missed earlier on in this frame.
45.
Which should, as you said, this black will put him 57 ahead, 59 remaining, but just a formality, you would say now.
$52. $53.
That's frame ball. Sort of sends a little signal out to Ding Junhui that if you take your concentration or let it lapse for a second,
60.
you know, there's still a match on here. Yes. Already this is his highest break of the match so far.
61.
You see it? 120 from Ding in the match. It's the highest, but 61 and counting here from Corin. Oh, this is a lovely shot. Very nicely played.
65. 66.
Yeah, good pot.
$73.
That'd be a nice little
74.
feather in his cap if he could make a century on his debut here at the Masters. Is that cue ball to travel?
79.
No.
81.
Need to avoid the black. Can he cut the green in? Keep the break going. This would be some shot. Oh, what a shot that is.
84.
Fantastic. Oh,
88.
wiped its feet. He's going to need the black for the
93.
century.
Yeah, the pink for 99.
$99.
Nicely played.
Well played. Well, that will make him feel a lot better. The scoreline has improved somewhat too, but first time at the Masters. Debut with a century, but he still trails by 2, and Ding still just 1 frame away from a place in the quarter-final. 5-3.
Yeah, well played. Kyron marks his Masters debut with a fine century there. There's life in his opening campaign, yet it would appear. And now the 25-year-old from Kettering is the youngest and the lowest ranked player to make it to the Masters this year. And he's in the balls again on a break of 16 in frame 9.
$70.
Slowly but surely building up a lead, but as Ken said earlier,
22.
he's got to somehow get in the position to open that cluster of reds below the pink.
23.
He won't be able to get anywhere near the winning line in this frame without doing that. We thought earlier on the left-hand side of these 2 reds went to the far left corner. Obviously it didn't. But he's
27.
nicely on it now to play into the middle.
$28.
Well, he could have played that better. He may now have to play for the red near the right-hand side cushion. The potting angle he's got on the green. So it's not getting any easier. Well, didn't want to risk for playing for the red near the right-hand cushion, and at that pace, that was a good pot.
31.
It was a tremendous pot at that pace. You can use the brown here to try and hold for yellow or green. He needs a nice angle after this red, though. That's not too bad. He played a yellow. I think it may have been the first frame, and he missed the pack completely. This is very, very similar.
Yeah, but he's had a practice go, Ken, hasn't he? You'd expect him to get the cannon here, and if it breaks right, could be a frame winner.
No, same shot.
Same thing, got into it too much.
$34.
Yeah, it looks a straightforward cannon. Seems to be getting a little bit too much side on it. Was he nestling behind the brown? Well, he's just about made it, so it's not a bad end to the break. He potted quite a few reds, but with low value colours, has only got a 34-point lead. Well, I was going to say he couldn't have played that any better. Well, now the red's gone safe. I'll say it. He could not have played that any better. What a pot that was. Is anything safe? Very straight on the black. I don't see how you can get enough pace to open those reds up. Man, you don't miss cue. Well, that was a good effort, but being so straight on the black and so close.
8.
He had to get the cue out of the way pretty quick. And it was hard to inject the amount of seed. He had to get that cue out of the way very quick. And that's why he didn't get the pace on the cue ball, but he just missed them anyway. But it was a great effort. And I think here, Ken, just signs that Kyron's beginning to fancy the job here.
Yeah, there's a bit more of a spring and a step, and let's say from Ding's point of view, you can't let your guard down for 1 second, not at this level.
Kyron Wilson, 8.
No, I'd be disappointed if he doesn't catch the green at the being a good safety. It's not now.
Yeah, half chance for Ding Junhui. He's got to pot the red and avoid the kiss on the red or the black here. Yeah, well played. He's nicely on the blue. And we saw from that camera angle that the red just that's closest to the pink will pot as well. So he's got a choice of reds here. The red just below the pink does pot. And also the red to the right of the black, so it's got more of a margin for error. So a chance for Ding Junhui. Nicely on the red.
6.
Would have liked to have had an angle to try and disturb a couple of reds here, but it looks to be pretty straight.
7.
Well, that's okay, but I thought he'd have made more of an effort there to try and nudge those 4 reds into play. Okay, it may have involved him playing a little stun. Now imperative he gets a good angle on the colour here, because none of those 4 reds
14.
in the middle of the table are available at the moment.
15.
So he's got the angle on the black. If these 4 reds break nicely, it could be a frame and match winning chance.
It's okay. That red has just flicked the pink
22.
there. Just have a look at this red. Just flicks the pink. If it goes by the pink, he's on nothing. Just flicks the pink into potable position here for the left centre.
23.
Not completely ideal. He's got to drop the pink in, but he's got to judge the pace here. Needs to run a little bit. That's pretty good. Very good.
29. $30.
This is his chance. Six points behind now.
36.
Needs a nice angle when potting this red on the black. Doesn't want to be
37.
too straight, and I think he has the angle just to play it off the top cushion. Bring a little bit of left-hand side cue ball over towards the red for the possibly the left centre pocket here. Oh, he's played it perfectly. Excellent shot.
44.
In these situations, you look what could go wrong, and the fact that the green's not on its spot and half covering a straightforward yellow. He needs a good angle on the blue.
45.
So he's just got to be a little bit wary here that he doesn't bring the green into play when playing position for the yellow. If the green was on its spot, there would be no danger. I think he'd win frame and match, but it's just a little bit more awkward.
I'm just wondering, will he try and check the cue ball off the ball cushion? Well, that was a strange choice. A positional shot. I'm not
50.
quite sure why he didn't just try and check it up in a straight line. Back up between the gap of green and yellow. He could still have a go at this yellow into this bottom left-hand corner pocket. The green will act as a possible cover. Or he could just play the snooker, but it's certainly worth having a go at this. What would be your choice, John?
Well, it's a frame and match winning chance. I'd take the yellow on. But he didn't. Decided to play safe, and he's played it well, so he's got the snooker. And a little tap on the tail from Kyron Wilson. You have decisions to make, and now that looks like it was the perfect one, because Kyron's got that age-old problem. Got to hit the yellow, got to get it safe. Got to get it safe. And he has done. Superb hit.
Fantastic shot. Excellent. Where's this yellow going? Close to this bottom left-hand corner pocket. Has he got a left a chance at it? I think he has, you know.
It definitely cuts. It's all about controlling the cue ball. Just beware of the right middle pocket. And if he gets position on the green, we have a new favourite for the frame. Watch the right middle pocket. Watch the right middle pocket. Oh, my goodness. But those pockets are always in the same position. They never move.
Settle down, please. Thank you.
I have to say, that's not unlucky.
Two.
Green and brown for a place in the quarter-final. Looks all over now, Ken.
Five.
Yeah, that was an excellent shot on the green.
Disappointment for Kyron Wilson. But we've learnt a lot from this experience. He knows he can play better.
Nine.
But sometimes, just let the occasion get the better of you. He's had his chances, there's no doubt about that.
14.
But Ding Junhui, well, the second frame, if he hadn't played a poor positional shot off the black, could have had a maximum. And I suppose
20.
all in all, he scored the heavier of the two and deserves this victory. So in goes the black, shake of the hand. Kyron Wilson will be disappointed, but fair play to Ding Junhui. He's proved once again that he is one of the top players in the world and certainly one of the top break builders. And it will be a handful for anybody. He moves into the second round. He beats Kyron Wilson by 6 frames to 3.
I play well today, and I'm a bit disappointed with that maximum. So I'm surprised to winning 3-0, leading the game first. I've been away for tournaments. For last tournament, I haven't entered, but I did well today. I'm looking forward and happy to. I hit so hard in that black, and it's overhit, but there's also too much side spin, so the white ball is running too far. Yeah, the first time I won the first round in 6 years. It is good. After New Year, it's good present.
Yeah, it makes a very good point, because after winning the title at Wembley Arena in 2011, the event moved here to Alexandra Palace, and that was Ding Junhui's first win here in this venue since then. It's been quite a run of ill luck from his point of view, but he's through. And after that maximum attempt earlier on, Judd Trump actually tweeted that Ding Junhui looked like he was going to become the first man ever to make a 147 in his pyjamas. Yes, it's quite an eye-catching suit, isn't it? Well, we will have the breathless finale to that Ronnie O'Sullivan-Liang Wen Bo match coming for you next. It's in Snooker Extra. And then we're back at 1 o'clock BBC 2 with more live first round action as John Higgins, a 2-time Masters winner who's having a fantastic season, takes on Mark Allen, a man who knows how to knock him out of this event twice before, and that really should be a cracking match. I do hope you can be with us for it. Until then, it's good night from us all here in North London.
To break someone physically is not a problem. But we will see how you are strong psychologically.
Nectar of the gods, I'm telling you.